Good morning, ladies, and welcome to day 3 of the journey. Today, I will share a message with you about fear. Is fear holding you back from living the life of your dreams? Think about that. There are many ways that fear can hold us back from living the life of our dreams. You might be afraid to go after a promotion you want. You might be afraid to start a new business. You might be afraid to actually flirt with that cute guy you've seen out at the coffee shop. Here are 9 signs that fear is running the show and dictating your choices. Sign number 1, you focus on the ifs. A classic sign that you're letting your fear call the shots is that most of your thoughts start with if. What if? You might think things like, if I put myself out there on a dating app, everyone will think I'm lonely. Or if I put my kids in daycare for one afternoon each week, my mother in law will call me selfish. Sometimes, ladies, the ifs really are true. Your mother in law might call you selfish. What you have to do in these situations is ask yourself, so what? Self love, self care. You need to do what's best for you. Consider what the consequences truly would be. If your mother in law does call you selfish, so what? You always knew she was controlling. So what if people think you're lonely? Because you're putting yourself out there, you're being transparent and signing up on a dating app. You're single. You can do that. Maybe they'll try to hook you up with a potential love match. Sign number 2, you're checking in. What do I mean by that? When it's time to make a decision, you got to stop and check in with 25 different people. You need their thoughts and their validation before you can take a step forward with your plan. While there's a certain time and place to get feedback, the truth is you are a grown woman and very capable of making your own decisions. Sign number 3, you don't take responsibility. When you're unhappy, you blame it on someone else. It's someone else's fault. You can't be happy with your home because your husband won't fix the gutters. You can't get that promotion at work because your boss is a jerk. You can't start your book because your kids won't leave you alone to write. If you live by fear, you can come up with hundreds of reasons why you can't or won't do something. Typically, you justify your excuses as being someone else's fault rather than accepting that you have to make different choices. Sign number 4, you're sending mixed signals. Say yes when you mean no, and no when you mean yes. I always remember my grandmother saying, mean what you say and say what you mean. You just can't seem to say what you mean and boldly communicate what you want or don't want. A key indicator that you're sending mixed signals is using passive aggressive language to communicate with those around you. And that's one of my pet peeves, passive aggressive language. Oh, for example, you say to a friend that asks you to babysit, sure, I love to watch your kids. I'm not doing anything. And what you really want to say is, no, I'm not watching your bad kids. Be assertive and say it. Sign number 5, that fear is holding you back from the life of your dreams. You don't assert yourself. There's an amazing position at work, it's available, but you won't ask your boss for the recommendation you need. There's a coach online looking for an intern with your skill set, but you don't reach out. There's a personal growth retreat you want to go on, but you won't talk to your spouse about coming up with the money for it. The sad thing about fear is it keeps you playing small, keeps you minimizing yourself. It convinces you that while you may not be happy here, it's still safer than taking a chance on yourself. You shortchange your long-term growth for that temporary feeling of safety. While it might feel smart, this approach keeps you acting puny and small, refusing to stand in your unique power. You deserve so much better. Sign number 6, you're checking out. When fear is running the show, you frequently find yourself looking for ways to check out or numb yourself. Sometimes these activities, can start with the best of intentions, but they quickly become bad habits, and we know bad habits hurt you, right? Perfect example. Let's say you want to take some self defense classes to spend time away from, maybe you're in an abusive relationship. You go to these classes, you learn the necessary skills, you're there, but you're taking multiple classes every day, right? Because you want to really don't want to be at home with this partner. But what does that do to yourself? You're taking multiple classes every day to get yourself out of that situation at home. But then, because you're overstressing your body, you're going to tear a ligament. Let's say you tear a ligament in your shoulder. You pulled something. When you started out, the self-defense class was a way to help deal with your feelings of being powerless, right? Against that spouse that's using emotional abuse, maybe speaking down to you. You took this class so you could numb yourself, but it ended up hurting you because you still wasn't dealing with the situation at hand. That makes sense? You checked out. That was sign number 6. Sign number 7, you don't know how to accept praise. I'll say it again. You don't know how to accept praise. That's another sign that you're letting fear take over. And that's not good. We need to know how to accept praise and compliments. What this means is that can be a sign of low self-esteem, and it can run a little bit deeper than what you think in some people. You might be afraid that if other peers can see beneath the surface, they'll see that you're not worthy. That's fear, because you are not lacking. You are perfect just the way you are. Now, those that are not worthy of you don't even belong in your presence. But the people that are worthy of you will always see your unique qualities. They will embrace you because of you, not in spite of you. Okay? Learn to accept praise. Hey, sis, I like that shirt you got on with those earrings. Learn to say thank you, not oh, these. Oh, I just had them. No, no. Thank you. I appreciate that. Accept that praise, accept that compliment. Sign number 8, that fear is holding you back from living the life of your dreams. You micromanage everything. Am I talking to anyone? You tell yourself you are a details person. You say you're good at connecting all the dots. You insist that you're not a perfectionist or controlling. But ask friends or family, and it may be a different story. They complain that you micromanage. They feel that they can't do anything right. They're afraid of displeasing you. When you're trying to control the situations around you, it could be it's a sign you're not operating from a place of peace. You're letting fear bully you. And as a result, you may be difficult to live and work with. If you're truly going to stop living in fear, first we got to admit we have a problem micromanaging. We got to focus on releasing those things that don't matter as much. Hey, we're not going to sweat the small stuff anymore. I've been guilty of that. Sign number 9, the final sign I'll share with you about fear holding you back from living the life of your dreams, you aren't challenging yourself. Maybe you are afraid of disappointing yourself. Perhaps you worry about disappointing family and friends. Maybe you're concerned you'll look bad in front of your boss or your coworkers. But the truth is that most people admire someone who takes on challenges like you. This doesn't mean you have to take on the biggest challenge in the world. It can be something small. It's about stretching you, like a stretch goal. That's just something right beyond your comfort zone, okay? Train yourself to embrace challenges by trying something new each day. It could be trying on a bold lipstick color, giving a compliment to a stranger, learning a new skill, or perhaps bringing up a difficult conversation with a loved one. Remember, on Monday, I shared with you about journaling. Maybe make that one of your goals to journal about. Are you ready to be bold? Are you ready to be bold, sis? It's time to strike back against fear. You're the one in control. You can choose to become beautiful and bold and confident. Thank you for listening. Enjoy this Wednesday, and I'll see you next time.